Morning, everybody. Well, we're gonna do dancing today, but I don't think anyone's gonna appreciate my work, so I'm not gonna do it today. It doesn't mean I'm not gonna do any music listening to. I'm gonna be doing that on my show afterwards. Because we have no show in the afternoon, so I can listen to some music and chill. Good things being clear to me. It doesn't matter how much they wiggle and jiggle. Nobody really likes it, so let's not lie. However, I'd like to point out something which I think I know what the music problem is, and I'm going to be honest when I say it. It's not necessarily that you hate the music. It's that you're not expecting the music. And so some people are not ready to deal with the music, or they don't like the type of music, which is also understandable, considering there's millions of styles of music out there, and what I play may not be what the average public wants to hear. But music is like food. There's different flavors, different colors, textures, and some may enjoy certain food, and some may find the same food repugnant and repulsive. But I will say one thing, that I think there's been, I got an email from a viewer which wants to remain anonymous. And they're the first timer on the channel. And they said, why do they keep saying that Megan Fox was faking it? They said, especially one of your mods was making her look awful. I said, well, I don't know why, but I want people to have a good time on my show. And unfortunately, one of the people that's creating problems is in my chat right now. Which Brian K. Tiger Kitty's going to want to have a word with you. I've already explained to her what's going on, so she knows. So get in contact with Tiger Kitty. But for the rest of the good people out there who've never done anything wrong and have tried very hard to be supportive, I want to say personally thank you for your support. I appreciate it. We cannot go back to the past on this channel, Brian K. We cannot. We only can move forward. Let's keep that in mind. This is not the YouTube that I was on in 2017. I am not going to be subjected to that treatment that I was suffering back then. Okay? I don't want to go there. I don't need to go there. Once in a while, we can do some old little steps into the shit pool, but I don't want to get into it on a regular basis. For that reason, I'm not sure what the future holds. The documentary was good. R11H30 put his best foot forward to try to explain who I was. I'm complicated. My life is not simple. It never will be. And that's just the way it is. You know, my life is complicated. I'm just curious why Tiger Kitty would have you. I did try to explain the problem last night. Lomi tried to explain the problem last night. Carmen explained the problem last night. The problem is, I don't think we're being clear, and that's why I asked if she could speak to Brian Kay about it. There's not much more I can say. Now, by the way, listening to the news, what little I heard so far, I got a headache this morning. So unfortunately, I don't really feel like going through and try to wrap my head around the idiocy of this Democrats situation. They're jockeying for power. Obama is willing to throw another of his own skin color under the bus for his own reasons. Not saying that Kamala Harris would be great. I'm not saying she would be bad. But he wants her off the ticket. But then again, I thought she originally didn't want to be on the ticket in the first place. So I don't understand that. But again, this is the thing that gives me a headache. I don't understand how that works. Good morning, Chris. How you doing? Welcome to the show. All I know is that the DNC this year is going to be a real train wreck. That's all I can tell you. What happens to all the money that Biden actually earned from his pledges and for his supporters? Does he have to send all the checks back? Does it go to another candidate? I don't get it. I really don't. But hopefully there'll be some clarification about that. Joe Biden plans to address the nation tonight about him leaving the race. I'm not watching that. I already know he's leaving the race. I know he wants Kamala Harris to take over and find a new VP for herself. And let's be honest, I think all Democrats are in trouble. All of them. Even those that have not done anything wrong at all are in trouble. Now, I'm a moderate. I try to understand things from both sides of the fence. So if you think about it, it's a scary thought for everybody. Yeah. But now, at the same time, Barack Obama doesn't want her to get the nomination. As I said, it's a train wreck. It's a dumpster fire. And this has never happened like this, to my knowledge, in American history. Never. I mean, I could be wrong. It could have happened something in the 19th century I didn't know about, or the 18th century, or the late 18th century, more precisely, when the presidency just started existing after George Washington. But the point is, this, to my knowledge, has never happened before like this. It's creating a lot of uncertainty. No one knows exactly what's going to happen. Just gotta put her ears to the ground, and I got big ears, trust me. They have to listen for a lot of footsteps about what's going on, that's for sure. But the point is, we do not know what's going to happen at the DNC in Chicago. I do sense there's going to be a lot of wailing and gnashing of teeth, that's for sure. So, we had a very emotional after show last night, which was impromptu. And if you watch the timestamp I put up on that video, you can see where even Carmen was getting heated. And I've never seen her get mad at all. Never, ever seen her get so upset. That's all I'm going to say. Well, we're not going to be doing the dance today, so that's because I don't think anyone really would appreciate the effort. And right now, I got a headache. And what are you going to say? I say it's time to move on to something else. Like what? I don't know. I don't know. Because you're trying new stuff and it's not quite working as expected. It's making you happy to do the stuff that you're doing. And some of the people are rightfully are uncomfortable with it. Because there's too much of a change. But on the other hand, we've already said over and over again, many times on this channel, we cannot rest on our laurels and do nothing different. I hope so. But the first question is how are they going to fight back? But I don't know how they're going to fight back either. I really have no clue. But let me get back to what I'm saying here. We all know that channel is actually doing pretty well in many areas. We know that the Cumberland Farms videos do well. The morning shows have been okay. The night shows have been okay. But the music, so-so. But I think it's nice for Michelle. You know, even if it is generating AI music or whatever, or even when she puts in her own custom lyrics. It's the AI music singing program. Especially in that one, when she's putting her own custom words in. She's saying a lot. Stan, you reach out to landlord. Leave us out of it, okay? So The reason why Michelle plays certain songs is because some songs make her happy, and the stories that they're telling make her happy. You know, we all know that the majority of the viewers are watching the show on the stream, so they're not listening to the playlists. I said the majority. I didn't say everybody. There are some that do listen to the music videos and they enjoy them. But people on Kick, they don't have the option of downloading the songs, for example, because Kick doesn't have a way to upload music as videos. Yeah. It's also true with the radio, like you said, Stan. But at the same time, not everybody's been able to adapt to the changes. First of all, is the way you mentioned it, Brian K. Calling it AI slop. I wouldn't call it AI slop. I certainly would not call it an AI masterpiece either, but the point is, look at modern music today. It is. It's pretty much the same stuff. A lot of musicians are using the same techniques, the same technology to do the same kind of content. It doesn't really change. Except, like Michelle said yesterday, this is a way for the average person with minimal investment to put their feet in the music fray, even if it's not great. Right, this is a morning show. There's also a time to get out and hang out show, too. So let's get some of the weather and information out to start with. Good idea. It's drizzling outside. Expected high is 25. And Thursday will be cloudy with a high of 26. Friday, sunny, high of 26. Saturday, sunny, high of 28. Sunday, a high of 30. Monday, a high of 30. Tuesday, cloudy, high of 27. So it's going to be in the upper 20s, low 30s. Which isn't unexpected. So Biden tonight wants to address the nation about why he is leaving the race. So let's get to the news. FBI Director Wray faces questions as new video deepens scrutiny on the Secret Service. And the story says, so we can get the story to come up here. Oh, it's sending Michelle to a paywall. So I can't play that. Local cops hit at root causes of Secret Service failure in Trump's assassination attempt. Top Democrat who visited Butler says local officials told him, quote, "We need to talk more about Secret Service failures." Representative Andy Biggs of Republican of Arizona joined the Faulkner Focus to discuss his reaction to Kimberly Cheadle's resignation and how her decision will impact the investigation into the Trump assassination attempt. A top White House Democrat who took part in the bipartisan walkthrough of the Butler farm showgrounds in Pennsylvania, where former President Trump was nearly assassinated, said law enforcement rank and file seems apprehensive to speak publicly about who's in charge. Representative Lou Correa, Democrat of California, said the officers who serve are great people, and the breakdowns that led to the fatal event earlier this month prove interagency claims in interaction clarity in cooperation is badly lacking. Correa praised Pennsylvania State Police Commissioner Colonel Christopher Paris for being forthright during Tuesday's House Homeland Security Committee hearing on the Trump rally shooting. He added that the local officials and law enforcement in the Butler area he met with Monday were equally admirable. Correa said local agency members approached him during a private congressional walkthrough and told him that they needed to talk some more about what they saw on the ground. A couple of folks that they're kind of hinted to me that everybody locally is not comfortable going out and giving their opinion, he said. But one individual said he's not quite sure who was in charge. Quote, there was a local supervisor or council member who said we need to talk some more. You guys, parentheses Congress, closing parentheses, need to hear more about what happened and what didn't happen. They weren't here in Washington. We need to get their opinion and thoughts. Those are the people that were where the rubber meets the road, so to speak, he said. Correa added that, comparatively speaking, the Secret Service is a small operation of around 3,600 agents, while Paris said the Pennsylvania State Police employs about 6,000. The local police and state troopers really are force multipliers in this case. There's some things you need to work on to fix the process, Correa said. He said after the House hearing with Paris and his trip to Northwest Pennsylvania, the best thing to do is to go back to the drawing board and really start kicking the tires in terms of guidance and Secret Service and what they do and how they address and work with public safety agencies. It's been 40 years since we had an incident like this, he said, referring to the John Hinckley Jr. shooting of former President Ronald Reagan in front of the Washington Hilton. I think over these last 40 years, a lot has changed, protocols, maybe situations, circumstances, and I think we need to ask some tough questions of the Secret Service, not because they've done a bad job, but rather because they are expected to score 100%, Correa said. Asked about Service Director Kimberly Cheadle resigning earlier on Tuesday, Correa said, in practice, her resignation solves nothing. She apparently did poor in Monday's hearing. I was not there, he said. Her resignation does nothing to fix the problem. I'm going to focus on fixing the problem. Well, okay, yeah, we need to have that conversation. Policies. What went wrong, what went right. I'll just be very happy to say, at least, except for the loss of one person's life, it could have been a lot worse. It's kind of point down. Yeah. Well, I don't know. But now we have to deal with the DNC, and that's just going to be ugly. I think post-collapse work will be rebuilt on a much smaller scale. Smaller, localized butter economies, locally grown food. Yeah, well, okay, that's another topic. We'll get to that in a second. What do you think, Michelle? I think that they gotta work on some organizational changes to the Secret Service. I think that there needs to be more clear lines of communications. I don't know anything about the shooter on the water tower. People mentioned there was one, but I don't know anything about that. Well, standing in the way of Michelle's vote does matter. She's expressing her opinion. But it gets lost in the noise of all the other votes that come in, too. I'm not sure what that means. I don't know either. All right, let's talk about the sociological situation in this country. That's more Michelle's thing, but I'm going to just say what I'm going to say first. It's going to take a lot more than 25 years to undo the many years, many decades, and it is decades, it's almost been 100 years of stupidity in this country. I don't know how long it's going to take for them to fix anything. I don't either. Which, like we know, we can't pay the deficit because all the money we owe to other countries. They say 75% of our tax rate for the minimum payment of income tax revenue coming in from the federal government. Talk about living outside of your means. 75% of your income goes to paying your credit card bill. Holy crap. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Right. But he's definitely a suspect. But he didn't do anything. Maybe he was a backup in case crooks failed to get a successful beat on the president-elect or presidential candidate. Now, it's overcast, it's gloomy outside, and it's creating what they call a positive feedback loop, which means Michelle's spirits are already dampened, and the cloudy weather is just making her spirits even more dampened. We're going to try to put a positive spin on things because that's what we need to do. Since no one wants to hear the music, we won't play any. No. But we don't have a lot to talk about. We covered a lot last night. An impromptu show that did okay for an impromptu show. Toys could date soon. Let's just say that, like Michelle said last night about that, She is very disappointed in Controller J. Very. But in a way, it only proves what she also said about what's going on with the internet. It's YouTube is a platform of many types of people, good and bad. And some people on YouTube do not do well, mostly after a few years of putting their best foot forward. No, she already had problems apparently beforehand. YouTube just made it worse for her, that's all. One sequence of shots is muffled, like coming from indoors. That is possible. The problem is which building. But we don't know that. And why was the Butler police inside the building that Matthew Crooks is on? I don't get that either. But that's something to leave for them to sort out. I'm just concerned about the DNC in Chicago now. Like many said, it could get very ugly. Look how long it took to write the United States Constitution. From the Declaration of Independence of July 4, 1776, to the first Constitutional Congress and the ratification of the Constitution of the United States. It was a little bit closer to about, 12 years. 12 years. We don't have the option of waiting 12 years to come up with another Constitutional Congress. It made changes to the government. We don't have that option. Well, we all know that, right? This government is too big. It's too complicated, too many layers. It's a stinky old onion. That's one way of putting it. Yeah, it's an old stinky onion that's been sitting in the refrigerator for months. It's dried out. It's desiccated. It smells bad. It looks bad. It needs to be changed. We need to have another Constitutional Congress, but I don't think we're likely to have one. Because there's too many people that have too many different ideas, and they can't seem to come up with a consensus. No. Brian, again, you're not helping. No. I'll leave that one alone. Likewise. I don't really think I want to go there. I mean, the thing is the government does need to consider it needs to reform and be restructured to regional governments. The United States is just too large. You can't govern a country this big. Same thing with the EU. It's too big. It's too complicated. It's too top heavy. I'm gonna leave that side chat out of this. I'm not gonna cover that. I don't want to. It sounds like a side chat fight's gonna start, and I don't want to get in the middle of that. Talk about a wet blanket. You got that right. So the government needs to recreate itself and establish credibility with the American people. And if they don't, then it might get very ugly very quickly. Good morning, Parasol. How are you doing this morning? I do ask, if you have not seen last night's show, to please watch it. One of the people asked me if I was ever experienced as a Shakespearean actress. No, I wasn't. But one of the things about YouTubers is some of us do have some experience in doing local theater and telling stories, and we do. And so we use our skills to do a variety of ways to drive a point in, if necessary. And I can tell you, last night is certainly not an act. Michelle never, ever does an act on YouTube, despite what some might think. Right? So it's gonna be one of those slow days, I think. It's Monday morning. It's Wednesday morning. It's soggy. It's soggy Wednesday. Week is half over. And tonight, like Michelle said, and I said, that Biden is going to try to address the nation. Well, I did theater in high school. Yeah. Michelle was in play in high school. Yes. I went on a date last week with a woman I met at the gym. She asked to see my bank statement. I said, fine. You show me your medicine cabinet. She got all bent. No second date. Yeah. You have a problem with... Well, I don't want to go there. Anything on the social media is everyone's business. Yeah, we all kind of know that too, so we try to do full disclosure on this show. People ask me why we discuss my budget and all that. Because the truth is, if you try to hide something, people think you're trying to hide something. There's a lot of busybodies out there that want to know everything about everybody. Yeah, the world's a stage in a way. Chris Bliss. Sadly enough, some of the people are just terrible actors, and others are good actors. And social media just happens to bring out a lot of mix of both of them in the same big giant pot called social media. And it doesn't always work out for everybody. Well, it's just it's really disappointing though, because when I started YouTube, I had I had a goal. I still have the same goal. After watching YouTube back then, it wasn't as bad as now. I wanted to have a channel where people could feel welcome and feel good about each other. And I still do want to have that. For example, the attack of Megan Fox last night by a few people really, really does upset me. I know she's has issues in life. We all do. But what I like about her is, like me, is that she tries to reach out, but she does have other things in her life too, but it's just understandable. He's not blocked here. He's an equal to you. Remember, balance of power. He's a mod just like you are. So I don't really know much more what to say about that. Just but we have some great people here too. And that's the one thing we talk about the negatives, but let's talk about the positives. We have a lot of supporting people here. A lot of good people that come because they enjoy the show. They enjoy the environment, they enjoy talking to people, they enjoy the entertainment, they enjoy the effort that's put into these shows every day. Brian K. asked me one time if I actually ever get a day off. The answer is no, I don't. We have a lot of people on my panels that are of various ability. And I've always wanted so much to just give them a good time on panels and to feel like they're part of something good. So, let me just pull up my Discord and see if I got a message from Tiger Kitty. I left her a message. I don't know if she got back to it yet. No, nothing. Maybe not. Oh, what? The hearing about Christopher Ray? Yeah. Glasgow Dave says, one of the things, though, is about being a mod is, sadly enough, you can't easily personally block somebody easily on a channel. I mean, you can block from everybody, but you can't do a personal block, to my knowledge. Maybe they changed that since. I don't know. I'm eating, yeah. I'm not starving. I've been eating a lot of humble pie lately. Yeah. I don't think God would have liked being on YouTube that much. Because I think YouTube would have been very hurtful to God, Father Yahweh, Brother Jesus, Mother Asno, who has seen what I've been going through with Lumi and with YouTube. She's becoming alarmed. Good morning, Mocha. How are you doing today? Yeah, so like we had a very long after show last night. I thought it was mixed bag. Good morning, Tiger Kitty. How you doing? I don't know anything about what's going on with Mark. I think you mean Mark Terry, right? I don't really know what happened with that. I'm just a little bit blue today. Because the weather sucks. I mean, it's overcast, and it's creating a positive feedback loop for me. I already was in a sucky mood, and then the sky is sucky, and then it's making me sucky. Yeah, I would say that's true. I'm doing fine overall physically. If you watched the show from last night, you know why. I won't rehash all that. But I did explain it to you in a DM on Discord. Tiger Kitty. I'm not sure exactly what that emoji means, but Mojo, but thanks. I guess I don't know what that emoji means, but it looks like it's a hug. Oh, well, thank you, definitely. I was asleep. Watch back later. Yeah, I even gave it the timestamp. You didn't pin it though. There's no comments limit except for mine. Yeah, it's true. You want to cut to the chase where Carmen actually blows her top. Well, she doesn't really blow her top. She just vents her frustration. Um, 23 people. And the show is like driving on the rims. Time to get some new tires, honey. You gotta get some new tires and get started again. Yep. That's what we were trying to do. And then someone took pot shot at him. So, what do you want? Well, what some of you want is something that we don't want. So we're in an impasse. Yeah, we're in an impasse. Chris says, if anyone can fix Social Security, it's Donald Trump. Neither the Democrats nor Republicans have attempted to fix it, only ruin it. A lot of times they ruin it by doing nothing. Chris, that's the problem. Benjamin Netanyahu is supposed to address Congress because he wants more money, I think. I think it's time we stop writing checks for other countries and start writing checks for our own people. Not yet. I usually eat after the show is over. Yes, Dave, the way it is now for retirement is a joke. Social Security disability is just as much of a disaster, and SSI is a train wreck. I know. As I said, I eat after the morning show. It's always been that way. It's just the way it works for me. Sometimes I eat before, so usually I eat after. Well, it goes back a long way before Biden and Trump. I mean, it goes back, even in the 1980s when Congress tried to do Social Security reform, but they kind of didn't go far enough to fix the program. Especially when you realize the costs have gone up. Yes, I agree. People on Social Security disability should be getting at least the federal poverty line. At least. They should be getting no less than that. I mean, several proposals never passed legislation. Bernie Sanders tried. Others have. In the House and in the Senate. But it never saw the light of day. Because our dysfunctional congressional leaders can't make a decision on what's best to come up with a bipartisan plan that will pass. Now, in the United States, housing assistance is separate. They want to change Section 8 and give, instead of giving out vouchers, they want to just give people the money that they can use towards the rent of the housing of their choice, which I think makes some sense. Because it's a needs-based program, and it should be as simple as that. If you need housing, just like with food stamps, we're going to give you a certain amount that you can use to offset wherever you reside. And that should be the way it was supposed to be back in the 1970s, and that's the way it should have stayed. No, Grace, it isn't going to happen. But foreign governments should not be getting any more money than they've already got. I mean, you got a foreign country, like, for example, Ukraine, and goes, "Excuse me, Congress, can you give me some more?" And then all of a sudden the government goes, "Sure, son, here's a checkbook. What do you want?" "Oh, another $450 billion, please." "Hey, when are you going to pay us back?" "Pay you back, sir? How am I supposed to pay you back? I have no money." "Then why should I be giving you a check?" "Well, I thought you were giving out free handouts." Exactly, Chris. Exactly. In my case, $584 after rent's paid. $584 has to go to utilities. That's, and then what's left goes into the checking account, and 20 goes into the savings. Why do you think I do YouTube as a side hustle to help make up the difference? Stan, let me answer this question. And I'm not trying to be critical of any individuals. What are people in fixed income supposed to do? You know, we're innocent bystanders that have become the casualties. I don't get $400 in food stamps. I get 260. Where did they're adding in the other money from Anthem, which eventually is going to come to an end, most likely. Michelle loves fruits. But sometimes she doesn't get enough in. But, you know, I'll be honest when I say it. I think once you get to a certain age or a certain type of personality, you kind of tread water all your life. That's pretty much all it is. Yes, take a kid, that's true. I mean, I could be worse off. A lot of people in my economic bracket are. Um, even though the show is sad or kind of sad, put a like in the likinator anyway. Okay, guys, it doesn't hurt you any. Now, unfortunately, Glasgow Dave, the WPA is probably going to start cutting your benefits too. As all the government entitlement programs are starting to change their tunes. The sad truth is it's not keeping up with the inflation. Chris said, let's be honest, it's not fair of those of us on fixed income, to pass our debt on to the next generation. Now we have our budget cut to do the next generation isn't a... Let me read it again. It's not fair of those of us on fixed income to pass our debt on to the next generation. We have to have our budget cut to do with the next generation isn't in a worse predicament. Let's put it this way, Chris. When the day comes and me and Lumi croak, some poor schmuck is going to have to foot the bill for our burial. Sorry to the next person that becomes the schmuck. It was not my intention to make you have to pay my bill. But at least I'll do the best I can to make sure I get as many debts cleared up before I go.
Oh yeah!
I do plan to at least live for another 50 years. At least. But you know what? It's up to the Grim Reaper to decide. I don't exactly hear him sharpening his scythe right now. So, at least not for me. But I do hope that my estate, or what little of an estate it is, will be dispersed responsibly. Yeah, exactly, Glasgow Dave. So far. Only half of my body works now, but I will still find a way to take care of and provide for my family. Till they have no dirt on me, that's how I roll. Same here. Exactly, same here. I still don't want to become a charcoal briquette. But you know what? Seems like I don't have much of a choice in that option. Which is true for a lot of people on fixed income anyway. Nah, I wouldn't worry about it. You got at least 50 years anyway. Oh yeah, people middle income are getting screwed now. There's just it just shows you how dysfunctional the system is. I don't know how the corporate taxes affect me directly, but or for that matter, other taxes. But I think the United States has got to start giving money to other countries that just keep asking for handouts. So that still brings up the same problem that we've been talking about the whole time. What are we going to do? Those of us on the dole should heed JFK's words. That's not what my country can do for me. Ask what I can do for my country. That's true. One of the things that, depending on the person, they got molasses cookie coming up. Hold on, please get her up here. I didn't even hear that. Barely heard it myself. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I like the movie night. See, I usually fall asleep by the second one, but that first one, what was that one with David Arquette?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What was the name of that one? The first one.
Idiocracy.
What is it? Mediocrity?
Because it's the concept is that America gets stupid.
Yeah, that was a good movie. I like that.
It's also kind of a reality what's happening too.
It really is. They say art imitates life, right there.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Right now we're kind of talking about the social support networks of the disability incomes and things like that.
Right.
And since you are also on disability income as well, what do you think about this?
There's supposed to be a lot of programs, for caseworkers and field workers and stuff like that, but I
think a lot of
know.
us are getting lost in the system.
I could probably be eligible for MHRT, which is mental health rehabilitation technician.
You mean that's a person that works with you, or as a position?
Yeah, that's a network, a social network situation.
Right, but why haven't you been able to get that?
I just haven't gone for that since I've been here.
Okay, so in other words, you need to go ahead and put the paperwork in and stuff to the appropriate people.
Well, I don't know now. See, now I got a I got to go through the second process of the application, but my name came up for housing in California.
So now you're trying to, you already were kind of aiming for California in the beginning.
Yeah, so I'm planning a trip. I might have another YouTuber fly out, and we'll do the trip together. I would travel. I thought about you, Michelle, but you've got Rusty. I don't, how would you go on a long trip? And then you'd have to fly back.
Well, I'd rather not fly.
Yeah,
Because that's how my hearing got damaged worse was when I was on an airplane,
I see.
1988. But you're talking about a trip that's at least 3 days across country by train.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my time. I got the trip planned out. I just gotta get. I gotta get AAA. I want to get a spare tire. I want to get the car looked over.
Yeah. That's going to take you some time.
Yeah, it's gonna take a little time. Not much though. I might be leaving like within a month.
Well, congratulations if you managed to get it done. Right now,
We'll
everything's getting
see.
so
We'll see.
expensive.
It kind of hinges on whether or not I do in fact get that apartment.
Right, but I mean, how does that work? I mean, with the apartment, I mean, you got to basically put down some kind of a. At least you got to do papers. You got to sign papers. You got to have to be there to pay the landlord the deposit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Have I ever been on a plane before? Yes, I have. I just answered your question, Glasgow Dave. Um, yeah, so is this place that you selected or they kind of how did you decide on the place you chose in California?
What's that, Michelle?
How did you choose the place you're going to in California?
Oh, well, I had picked out apartment complexes that were subsidized. So I that were for my demographic.
Okay.
Yeah. Cuz some of the subsidized were just for over 55.
Right.
So I had to find ones that were,
For younger.
that allowed younger people, yeah.
Now, in the apartments that you see, are they? I mean, are they newer complexes, older ones, or not sure?
The apartment complex is pretty cool. It's like they're like little bungalows.
Oh, so like the little cottages.
Yeah.
And gas heat, gas hot water, gas cooking, or
I'm not sure about that. I think so though.
yeah, I understand that about helicopter rides because I've never been in a helicopter. Um,
Yeah, it's hard back here in Maine, Red. Yeah, like where I live in Maine is so remote, is so out there. I don't know. It's hard
yeah,
until somebody goes through it, like really lived in a extreme. And I'm more extreme than you are, Michelle.
oh yeah, I know. That's definitely more extreme than where I live because I'm on the fringe. You know.
Oh, you're pretty rural.
Yeah.
You're one of the most rural people we visited, besides me.
Yeah.
You know. Although when we went into Hot Springs, we didn't actually visit the guy he was working. I just kind of wanted to travel near where I knew people. I knew someone in Hot Springs. But that's that's the drive into Hot Springs. You go through the woods and stuff, rural. You have to go through a lot of rural areas to get in from where we went, from where we're coming from the west, going into Hot Springs. You'd have a good time on the trip, Michelle. We'd have a great time, you and I.
Yeah, we did have a good time.
We would.
But like you said, even to visit me, just for a visit, it takes you about 6 to 8 hours to get here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, well, I've got it. I've got the trip in my journal. Okay, I went through each area.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can flip the. Can I flip the camera around?
Well, I mean, I like the remote life to some extent, Rambo, but the problem is for people that need certain support services, it's harder to get them in the middle.
Oh, absolutely. And the healthcare, Red can say what he wants, but if I heaven forbid had to deal with cancer again right here where I live, I would have to drive into Boston. I would have to drive like 7 hours into Boston to get healthcare.
Really? So
It could be, yeah.
there's no medical clinics nearby you at all.
There is, but there's no specialty care.
Oh, okay.
No, I've got everything mapped out where I think the longest trip is maybe a 10-hour trip or something, but they're mostly like 4 or 5 hour trips, and then we stop, and then we, rest, and I'm going to rest the car, let the car sit for a little while and relax.
Yeah.
I might even get that Regal pass and catch a movie, while I'm going across country, just park the car, watch a movie, let the car rest,
Well, I mean, it's like I said about planning a trip going across country. It is a lot of work to do. It's
Yeah.
you
And you got to make sure the car holds up. I mean, cars aren't invincible.
Yeah, you definitely got to make sure things are in tip-top shape before you leave, because
Right.
on a fixed income, you don't have money for breakdowns.
That's right. That's another thing that I was counting on the road trip, is if I had to lay low in a certain area until I got more money or something like that,
Yeah.
So
It's kind of like we were talking about about a few days ago, when we were talking about some of us get all excited, but then the reality slaps you in the face. Oh, no.
I sent
Oh, I
you
want to go
a
there. I want to go
movie.
here. Oh, how much is that going to cost? And you're like,
Exactly, the
oh,
cost,
forget
Michelle.
about the cost.
I sent you a movie on the Discord. It's a classic movie. It's Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis, and it's got Carmen Miranda in it.
Which one is this one?
Scared Stiff.
Oh, Scared Stiff. I didn't even think of that movie. So
Yeah.
basically, what's the short 411 on that one?
It's like based on another story. I guess it's a remake of an earlier story that's sort of like a ghost tale.
Okay.
Yeah. I've never seen it. I have seen
well,
some
let
of the
me
Lewis.
give it my theoretical synopsis, since I didn't see it. Let's see if we can tie the title to what we're talking about.
Yeah,
you need to move on, but you're scared stiff. You're afraid that something's going to keep going wrong whenever you try to plan to move ahead.
Well, one thing I've been doing is on YouTube, I've been searching urban legends about the areas where I'm going,
Yeah.
and so just familiarize myself with some of the creepy tales and the urban legends, and it's that's been fun. So that
not right now. Most there isn't any new music today, because unfortunately no one likes the music. Well, don't say nobody, Because there are people that do, but there are not many of them.
I wish you could go, Michelle. Maybe you could take the train back instead of a plane, but you'd have to have somebody like Krista come in and feed Rusty.
No, she could do Rusty. She said she would do Rusty.
Yeah.
And then I would need to make sure that somebody could arrange to pick me up at the train station.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to Noodles about it. I mean, he says it does take money, but I tell you what, whoever traveled with me, I'm going to be buying the hotel anyway, whether it's for one person or two. That's not an extra cost. Gas, I'm going to be paying gas anyway. That's not an extra cost. Like, if the person that came, they want to cover their food, but a lot of times people give donations, you know?
Yeah, we get donations here.
And you can use food stamps all the way across the country. I'll try to
That's
hit
true.
the Safeway, the Kroger, places where you can use it.
That's true. As far as I know, that doesn't seem to be region specific, but the food stamps.
Yeah. But you'd have to take a train back by yourself.
That would be scary.
Yeah.
Because Michelle's multiple handicaps.
Yeah. But I mean, when Cruiser did the trip, I mean, he's flown 3 times across country. He's done that. That's quite a flight, you know. He's like, I think there was like 3 different airports that he had to stop at.
But don't forget, he doesn't have multiple physical disabilities either.
Right.
And in person with physical disabilities and who has autistic spectrum, it's scary to travel by yourself. Sometimes you need helpers to help you read signs or navigate procedures, and I'm just afraid I'd get lost and get stranded somewhere.
Yeah.
Because I miss a train or I miss my call or whatever, and that's what it's scary to do it by alone. Well, I still don't know yet. But if you get a chance, do watch last night's video. If you want to skip to the chase, you can go right to the timestamp that I put in the video. From this,
as far as Cruiser, he is a connection. I mean, that is, but I do have other friends in that area, you know, and actually where I'd be moving would be further away from Cruiser, so I wouldn't really be able to see him like I was seeing him before.
No, they only go by the number of bodies on the train, and it's only one person, Grace. Physically, the body's 2 souls. They don't go by the number of souls, they go by the...
I think a train would be more fun.
I think the train would be more fun, yeah. I wouldn't be able to get a room on the train. That would cost way more money.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to sleep in that coach for a 3-day trip across country. I think that'd be a bit much.
Well, I'm going to get going because me and my mom's going to go shopping, but I'm going to be listening. I'll be in the chat. But think about it, Michelle. If you want to try to finagle it, you know, I could use somebody to tag along, you know. I have another YouTuber maybe going to do it, but it's good to have a backup plan too, so.
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily feasible for me to do it right now because I think it's going to be a little bit of a long trip. By the way, for those of you who did not see the after show last night, I'm going to get the link and I'm going to put it in the chat here so you guys can go to it later on. It was kind of a sad after show, unfortunately. So just click on that link when you get a chance, Molasses. That's the after show from last night. Also, it's on my Discord too, so you can watch it. On the Discord, though, it's kind of under the old name, which was confusing. I did change the title in the middle of the show, or the beginning of that show, to represent what it really was. which was called the Silver Moon Movie After Show. So please do check it out. Dawn says, where are we talking about going to? She wants to go to California. She's got her application for housing in California has passed, and she has to go to California to process the claim. Because just watch the after show. You can go right to the timestamp if you want to skip all the dross. But basically, people don't like the music. We tried to start out with a happy show, and there's a couple of negative Nancy's that kind of just made the show sad for everybody. Even Carmen got mad. Oh my God, did Carmen get upset? Marie got upset. I got upset. Michelle got upset. I cried. Carmen was even at the verge of tears too. Because people don't really appreciate the effort that we're trying to do with exploring new ideas. So we said we're not going to be doing a dance today because no one appreciates what we do as far as the dance go. And I think all that's going to happen is some people are going to just ridicule Michelle and say she's a terrible dancer and inept. But like was said last night, remember, she's 56 years old. She has multiple handicaps. If she can physically do any kind of dance moves at all, it's a blessing. You said it was already in that area 4 years ago. He has family. That counts as a very important connection. But you know what? I'm going to say this. I still enjoy what I'm doing with the music. And I still love the option that it's available to me. You know, and I think that's important to remember. You know, we're all on this road of life together, guys. Let's be honest. But we all have different levels of ability, and we need to be respectful of that. And Michelle really does love what she does. It gave her joy. Past tense? Well, kind of, because you put all that work in to share the joy with other people. But not everybody appreciated the effort. So, what are you supposed to do? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's a great question. I wish I could tell you the answer to it. So, we got 17 people here right now. I know. But Donald, even Brian K. calls it AI slop. AI slop. Brian K. said that to me in the women's group. You're gonna be playing more of the AI slop? I told him to go fuck off. Let's just be honest. I think a lot of the music is a shock to the system for a lot of people. Because it's a style of music that just doesn't resonate with a lot of people. Well, let's be honest, a lot of its songwriting ability is being utilized as a computer program called ChatGPT. But I'm the one who fed the story into ChatGPT. I've also write stories too, and I don't use ChatGPT to write my books. Yeah. Yes, I did. But like I also said to Tiger Kitty, I wrote her a message, and I'll just read you my side of it, since it's not really anything confidential. If I read what I said to her, I said, I am growing concerned about how Brian K. has been acting towards me, even last night. He's not being very nice. His own words explain it better than I can. I ask if you talk to him and tell him that I do not like how he's acting towards me. I also do not understand why the music situation either, as I suspected, as we got right, that many were caught between the eyes with the music, and they do not understand why I like doing the music. The music throws them off. This I do understand. For me, the music helps to explain things that only a song can do. I also do not understand the way Stan CT says that care for Rusty, where the heck did he ever come up with my cat having mange or intestinal parasites? He does have some fleas, as he's an indoor-outdoor cat. I was going to do some dancing today, but I do not think anyone would appreciate the effort, which makes me sad. I just wanted to give you a personal explanation of how I'm feeling. And that's what I said to Tiger Kitty. I didn't get a response back from her yet. But she's in chat here. I don't know if she wants to discuss it here or not. Chris says, Michelle, I like your songs. I would like to hear an album on Silver Moon or something. Oh yeah, we have some songs ready to go up in some final release. I just gotta work on the liner notes and stuff. I can certainly play. I did play some of the music on Silver Moon Radio, AM 1610. The problem is that Silver Moon show is only on Kick, and many YouTubers have never made the transition to Kick at all. So when you guys see the after show, it's after the show is officially over with the music. And so no one really, except for those people who are on Kick or Twitch, get a chance to enjoy it. Rainbow says, do what you enjoy, what makes you happy. Well, that's what I'm trying to do. I mean, like I said earlier, I got an email from a person that wants to be anonymous that said to me that she wondered why everybody was acting mean to Megan Fox, saying that she's faking it and she's a scam and all that. Megan Fox is not a scam. She has infirmities of her own, physical ones. Okay, she said she was a little bit high on Mary Jane from smoking it. And she said she's been suffering from a lack of sleep. And I could hear that last night. And I respectfully understood what was going on. And we had a great conversation. So if she doesn't like Trump, that's okay. Yeah, we could do a show on Kicking YouTube. It wouldn't be a very long one, I don't think. Some ways the dancing video was supposed to be kind of like a way Michelle could show some of her other skills. But the sad truth is, no one here on YouTube is happy with Michelle right now. At least a small vocal minority are not happy with what Michelle is doing right now. Hello, Eric Justic. How are you doing? Welcome to the show. So, like Carmen said, maybe we should do a song about YouTube and the DMCA stuff. I don't think YouTube would like that very much. Even if and I don't even know if I would even bother making it into an AI song. I don't necessarily want to attack YouTube specifically, other than policies. For the records, the songs have to be under 18 minutes aside. It's like anywhere from maximum length of a song of about 5 songs, 4 minutes per side of a vinyl. The problem is Kaneki had to raise prices because they don't have enough production facilities. So they're trying to raise more revenue so they can build up more production facilities. They're growing very quickly, and the problem is that they're finding that their plant cannot keep up with enough of the demand for records. Because the CDs and the Blu-rays don't seem to be doing as well. They're not getting as many people taking the CD and the Blu-ray option. But vinyl sales are exploding for Kaneki, and they can't keep up. You know, 45 minutes and yeah, do it weekly. Don't forget the songs. Most of them are also here as videos you can actually download and listen to on YouTube Music as well. And that's good because for people on YouTube, because they can watch the videos with the lyrics. But on Kick and Twitch, there is no music or upload video option, so there's no way people can be the same convenience of being able to go back and say, "Oh, I want to hear, Blood Elves for Trump," because there's no way they can play that. Rambo says, "I'm going to roll like I roll. I don't give a rat's butt who likes it or not. No one is going to dictate my life but my wife and the big man above." I agree. Okay, Grace, I will make sure to get my fingers over on the admit one button. Where is it? Right there. Okay. Oh, hailing frequencies are open is PUR. 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 I even went out of my way to have an open panel last night, and the other one that came up was Megan. which is nicer that at least she dropped by. At least it was nice to see her again. Yes, I know. I saw his message, Tiger Kitty. I'm waiting for his ding dong, and why don't you come on up too, Tiger Kitty? I'd love to talk to both of you at the same time. I think we have a lot that we could talk about. All the stuff that's been going on. So, by the way, you gotta get some more milk. We got almost half a gallon left. Yeah, I know. But it's only the 24th of July. Yeah, I know. Be who you are, and the rest will fall into place. No one is going to be like everything, about everyone, all the time. We're all learning as we go. Yes, that's true, Grambo. Megan Fox, she's funny. And she's also has many physical disabilities as well. She's trying to have a good time, and it was nice to have her on the show. Even though she doesn't like Trump, she liked the rest of the other music, though. I'll be honest, I hope that Trump does win. Statistically, there's no reason why he shouldn't. Projections show he's definitely in the lead. That's all I can tell you. I missed some of it. Yeah, she was here last night. She has a speech impairment. She also has had a couple of accidents in her life. Injuries. That's the way she talks like she does. Well, in my case, milk is an important part of my health. Along with the multivitamins I take. Yeah, she still got the bird. They're still doing very well together. You sent it to me, but I can't find it. Okay. Yeah, it's on your other email address. I think it's a Hotmail one. Just search for the words PUR, and you'll find the link. Anyone else coming up? Since Grace said he'll probably be up later when he can find the link. It should be easy for Grace to find it. Just search for mail from MicheleMarieDalene. Mail from BICHELA3@gmail.com. Good morning, Karen. How are you doing today? A lot of adults can't drink milk because of that reason. It doesn't agree with their systems. But I tend to need the milk. Lately, my system has been kind of binding up again. I'm not sure why. I think that Life cereal doesn't work for you. I think Life cereal is clogging you up again. So maybe you should go back to Rice Chex. Makes sense anyway, considering the fact is, I get more to the box anyway.
Oh yeah!
Yeah, you do. And easy on some of the other food you've been eating, which is the fish and chips are fine. The little White Castle sliders are kind of a mixed bag. Well, the stuff that seemed to really work good with me, I know it was the sugar-free ice cream seemed to be good for me. We all live in an interesting environment. But you know what was weird? I'm going to be honest with you, this last night. And Gitchy said this. She said, I never saw how fast Michelle can go from 11 people to 2 people just from playing a third song on a show. Yeah, that's a good question. Why is that? Just people don't like the music. Well, I do. Just me, Rambo. We're all getting old, even me. My eyes ain't as good as they used to be. I mean, they're better than they were before the cataract came in and totally messed me up, but they're still there. There's still problems with that. You know, I got bags under my eyes. I got these little, could see it last night, the little things in the corners, the little flaps of skin in the corners there. No one's screaming. Hey, Frank, how you doing today? Good morning to you. Yeah, some don't like the music. I understand that. Would you still be willing to talk to Brian K. privately about what I read off my letter I sent to you, Tiger Kitty, in private? I think you should talk to him a little bit. Oh, he's still welcome to come over here as a viewer. He's not blocked. He just doesn't like the YouTube policies, which I understand that. Oh, they control the press. They control the content. But if you're trying to be on the channel where somebody else controls the press, you have to suck it up. I'm putting it one way. Yeah, you kind of do. All right, thank you, Potato Kitty. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. I couldn't find the panel where it was just me and you and Gidgey. But, I suppose I can go digging around. I can find the me and you and Gidgey chat too. Massa says, I don't know. I'm going to get the housing, but I do have a trip planned, and I would like to go to California after 55 for a trailer park. I like these things. Yeah, but you're not 55 yet. You got what? About 10 years to go, I think. I do a live music show, and it's tough holding viewers. So do I. And yeah, it is. I guess a concert, you could say, is the same thing when you think about it, right? The only people that are going to buy a ticket for your concert if you're a performer is the people that already like your music. It's not going to be the ones that just drop by. Maybe if you're at the local fairgrounds and having to be a free performance, some new people might come and listen to your music. Mojo said, "Me too, Rambo, but he's funny and talented." Yeah, his music videos are kind of a little bit. Some of them are fun, some of them not so much. People that watch live streams don't want music. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I mean, I think it depends. I think it depends on the type of music, who's the performer. Let's be honest. If Britney Spears did a free YouTube concert, she probably would clog up YouTube. Or Ariana Grande, or even Beyonce, right? They're superstars. And they probably could easily draw hundreds of thousands of viewers to a free concert on YouTube. Even if they were monetized, think about the show, they'd be bringing home a nice chunk of chump change. Because they can claim, rightfully enough, that the songs they're singing are theirs. And they got the legal people to make sure YouTube knows that concert is with their music. I'd like to at least move there after 55. I like to mix some music in the talk too, especially when you explain what the songs are about. That's a little better, I think, than just playing song after song after song after song, so on and so forth. Because then you can get the story to where the song came from, why the song was created, what the story is about. It's just like Jim Croce. I just wanted to tell you I love you in a song. Sometimes music just explains things better. It's just like I said to Lemmy. I love you in this song too. Yeah, you did. That's what Lemmy's Mistake's about. And I still appreciate the song too, because I think it's very touching. The choice of, the way it came out. Sure it was ChatGPT generated, but I know Michelle typed the words into the ChatGPT and said, I wanted you to write a song about this. And the country singer singing it sounds a little bit like Kenny Chesney. But the point is, it says a lot. And that's what makes the difference, I think. We live in a complicated world, guys. Let's be honest. Sometimes it's the simplest things that makes us all happy. Mojo says, and I love that love song, especially after she told the story. Yeah. And that song, well, actually, the original story is why me and Michelle kind of got closer together again after we had almost went our own separate ways in a way because, well, I didn't know what to expect with Carmen, and so Michelle's song just reaffirmed that she still loves me, and that she still cares about me. That's so important. The problem is Michelle's got enough shows. I mean, next week we don't have a movie night planned because we don't have any movies in the queue. And if we were to do a music show, it would have to be on one of the time slots. Yeah, variety show, pretty much kind of like the Donnie and Marie show was, the Sonny and Cher show. Yeah, it definitely adds something to the mix that shows some of Michelle's other skills besides talking and sitting in a chair. Well, we may not always be Silver Moon oriented. For us, Silver Moon is kind of like our Elysian Fields. We're so excited about the future because it gives us a chance to start over. Yeah, we can do that. So we can play on YouTube, Kick, and Twitch, and we don't have to worry about copyright. We did have a lot of people for the movie night last night. We did very well last night. In some ways, it was kind of a good place to stick in the music in the after show. But to go from 11 people on Kick to 2. Captain and TNL, yep, I forgot about them. They had a show back in the 70s. Donnie and Marie, Captain and Tennille, Sonny and Cher, Tony Orlando and Don. Yep. Right. U.S. Navy aviator and former astronaut Senator Arizona Markelly expected to be named Harris's VP. Is that good or bad? I don't know anything about the guy. Oh yeah, Smothers Brothers. Forgot them too. Yeah, we did great. Until the very end, when go to the timestamp if you want to skip all the music and stuff. how much of the truth do we know about anything already? Nothing. That's where all the independent journalists come in and try to sort through all the propaganda. Mojo says, Chris, I'll have to catch you guys live. I'm in England, so I have to know the time zones. Rambo said, I love to listen to old radio shows like Johnny Dollar and Gunsmoke and the Jack Benny Show. We used to listen to My Friend Irma. There was so much. It's kind of like Michelle in some ways is kind of like Irma. Kind of. And yeah, I'm kind of like Jane Stacy. Yeah. This is an astronaut. I understand that. But that just means that he has experience with mainly being an astronaut. I mean, we're talking about stuff on terra firma. Like Augie Doggy said, his son there, Augie Doggy, Toggy Daddy. I'm dealing with a man that's on terra firma, not in space. I got 2 Marilyn Monroe musicums on vinyl. Mom bought me when I was 15. We watched Hee Haw and Donnie and Marie when I was a kid, as did I. As did I. If that you can see the country music has a strong resonance in my spirit. Just like Donnie Marie do. You can hear that. You know, it's just like Donnie Marie saying on the show, I'm a little bit country, I'm a little bit rock and roll. That's what we are. That's what we do. How you doing, John? Welcome to the show today. But we do want to have other shows besides just sitting in a chair talking to everybody, because that only shows a very small subset of who I am. Oh yeah, Sha-Na-Na. I forgot about them. They were on ABC. Yep. A lot of the shows I remember. Donnie Marie were on ABC. Sha-Na-Na were on ABC. Sonny and Cher, Antonio Orlando, and Don, I believe, were on CBS. And what about the old TV shows like Love Boat and Fantasy Island? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the follow. Was that a follow? Yep, that was a follow, I think. Thank you very much. There's no... Okay, I don't know anything what's going on Kick right now. I'm not seeing double posting. Thank you very much for the follow. Can I personally suggest for Kick to become members? I know it's $5.99 a month, but if you would ever consider, if you have the resources, to become a member of Michelle's Kick channel, it would be very much appreciated. We got one member. I mean, using YouTube naming. The follows, which is equivalent to subscribes, those certainly are nice too, but we could use some members too. Yeah, that's the truth is that Kick doesn't show the YouTube side of chat, which is frustrating me too. They never did fix that in the API. On Twitch, it works fine though. I mean, on Twitch, we see them on Kick. I mean, we see, it's the same problem with Twitch as it is on Kick. No, wait, there's a difference. Twitch, we see the kickers see the Twitchers. Oh wait, the Twitchers see the kickers, but the kickers don't see the Twitchers. On Twitch, YouTubers see the Twitchers, and the Twitchers see the kickers. The Twitchers don't see the YouTubers, but the kickers don't see the YouTubers, but the YouTubers see the kickers. Yeah, Battlestar Galactica, the original series, was pretty good. What about Buck Rogers, the one from the 1980s? I like that. Knight Rider, that was good. I like Knight Rider. Mission Impossible. Get Smart. Gilligan's Island. The Munsters. The Addams Family. They were all good. But you'll probably never see shows like those anymore because of many reasons. Yeah. Does everyone else feel that President Donald J. Trump and all the Americans should wear the American flag as a cape with pride and respect like I do? I never wore an American flag as a cape. But I certainly do believe in the American Constitution. But I do believe that the American government needs to be reformed. I think it needs to be changed. I think we need to start over. So Restream says, oh, okay. If you want to get harassed by Dems in public, Frank. Rambo says, come check out our webs. That's spot checks. Rambo says, gotta go to town and have a nice one, everyone. Okay, thank you, Rambo, for being here. Appreciate it. "19 people, but only 9 likes. Come on, guys. You can do better than this. We can do better than this. There's no music on the show, so why everybody put some more likes in the like chart if this is really what you want to hear. So tonight, Joe Biden's supposed to be addressing the country. I'm not going to watch that live. When I was a kid, Mission Impossible, Saturday Night, Wild Wild West. We used to watch reruns of Bonanza as a kid. My sister loved the Barkley family. I thought the old lady that was the mother was cute with the white hair, and that was Big Valley. I think that was Big Valley you're talking about. Oh, yeah, Big Valley. I think minimum is that they need to make sure all polls, people have to show ID.
Oh yeah!
And the Democrats have got to stop stuffing the rolls with dead people. Even if a lot of them originally were Trump supporters before they passed on.
Oh yeah!
Right now, DNC, they said earlier, there's going to be a dumpster fire in Chicago. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think it's going to go well for the Democrats. the most important thing I think we need to do in this country is we got to get back to our Constitution. We got to get back to what originally the Founding Fathers intended. Yeah, I remember different strokes. And I liked Merc and Mindy too. Especially when Robin Williams was explaining to his superiors at the end of the show what he was learning on Earth. I think that had an impact on me too, because it's kind of what we do here on this show. Do the same thing. Let's not forget Northern Exposure with Chris in the Morning, where this show is actually based on. Most people don't know that. Well, you're not banned, Frank, because I see you here. But Twitch can be very, very difficult platform to navigate with policy. It was funny though. Even though you deleted the movie night from Twitch, they didn't ban you. You didn't get banned for that. No. They were allowing the movie to run just fine. They didn't even care. It's true. They didn't care. They did let us do that mistake in putting Silver Moon Movie Night on Twitch, but I don't think there was a lot of people that watched it. So right now I got a warning on my account that'll expire in October for YouTube, because of the mistake last night accidentally showing Idiocracy, at least pieces of it, on YouTube. Twitch didn't even bat an eye. So I had set up everything right, except I forgot to change the feed information, restream IO. That was my fault, and I apologize for that. I thought Michelle had it set too, so that's why I didn't even tell her to check it. So make that 2 mea culpas. We even told that in the appeal. I said, I'm not appealing this saying that I'm in the right, because we accidentally sent it to the wrong place, and we apologize for that. So I did the exam that they give you for the warning. Of course, my appeal was rejected. The rule, but doesn't say, okay, there's a mistake, it's alright. So it just doesn't. But at least it's documented that Michelle did apologize for the mistake. No harm done. No harm done. So we gotta go get a soda today. I gotta get some of my milk anyway. Pick up some more rice checks. You got pizza on your mind, don't you? Kind of. Except you used up almost all your food stamps. Yeah. You got enough to get the soda. That's about it. But you got cash. I got cash. So, by the way, I also want people to understand that I know one thing, and please, I think most of you will agree with me. The videos we do at Cumberland Farms have been very, very successful videos. I think they show a side of me that I can be organized, and I can have a topic, and I can address points of order, and I need to say. Some of you are probably saying, why don't you stream at 16:9 aspect ratio? Like you did the morning show. Because it will take too damn long to upload all that video content. Well, you got to be monetized to get donations through the super chats and super stickers. And for some people on YouTube, that's very convenient. You know. Alright, talk to you later, Honest Frank. It looks like a good portion of the audience is getting ready to go out and do their own daily events. Let's see if the weather is holding through today. Let's see, right now, it's 23 degrees, it's cloudy. It says there's going to be a chance of rain at 1 p.m. But otherwise, it looks like it's just going to be overcast. Good day for soda. Yeah. We're not doing the dancing today because I think Michelle said earlier is people don't care to see it. You don't dance when you're unhappy because it shows up in your moves that you're unhappy. No one your dances are very clearly evident if you're unhappy. You can see if you're just doing it for the grind, and then people recognize that your heart's not in it. I'm not sure if my body's necessarily up to it. Well, that's a valid concern. That's a valid concern. You're 56 years old. You got a bad leg. You got a bad knee. You got a bad hip on the same side. You basically, your balance isn't exactly perfect. You're walking better, but you still struggle. And if you fall and crash to the floor, I can't get you up. Not really. Because we're in the same physical form, so we've been both out for the count. All we could have done is scoot over to the phone and call emergency services if that happened. And then scoot over to the door to answer the door. Yeah. It would really kind of suck, but, but as I said, no one really wants to watch you to dance anyway. Sure, there are some people that do enjoy watching it, and there would probably be a few people. We did sleep some, but yeah, we'll probably take a nap later today too. The weather is hospitable. It's nice today. Go outside a little earlier. check her packages from Amazon. Brian PC ordered something. We checked our orders. They're not in yet. But, so we gotta go downstairs and check Amazon, see if they dropped us anything at the door. And, he ordered the hat. He ordered the Carmen Miranda food hat. Yeah, he did. He said so. I think he ordered something else, too. I see that the pink electric kettle was ordered, but I don't know when that was ordered because I never got that in the mail. So, must have been just recently ordered. The list doesn't seem to be sorted of when the items were actually ordered as gifts. Well, maybe we might throw something up quick and dirty. But we have to get it done before 7 o'clock because that's when the families, the youngsters go to bed downstairs. And I don't think they're going to want to hear somebody doing, dancing upstairs. And it's, for their ceiling, it's going to sound like a bunch of bumps and thumps. And, we'll see what we can do, guys. This was the day we were so excited to do it, too. But honestly, I don't know if anyone really wants to see it. It's going to be a video anyway. It's not going to be a live stream. But the point is that's just it. It's going to be a video. So there's a couple reasons why. Number one, we can edit it down. If we really mess up really bad, we can take the bad segments out. That's true. And if we want to redo it, we can redo it, move, until we get it right. Good morning, Donna. How you doing again? Yeah, somebody ordered the kettle, but we never got one yet. So I suspect it's probably on its way. Tomorrow's the backup dance day. Well, it's right before World of Warcraft, which is another issue. Shall we touch on that? Yeah, a little bit. We've always said people are welcome to join us in World of Warcraft and the EU servers. We never said you can't play with us. And we would love it if you did. We'll go through, give you the names of the servers we're on again so you guys can know. Right now I'm playing retail in Ark at Dawn. And so I'm not sure exactly where I am. If I'm in Cold Terrace or if I'm in Ironforge or Stormwind, but and also I'm still in the Draenei territory. So eventually I want to try to finish those quests and get out of that. The show is almost ready to go to level 20. Let's not forget Carmen. In fact, I found out when I got the mount I got at the trading post that I can actually ride my mount that I got in the trading post. So, even though I'm only level 19, I have a mount, and I do ride it. And what about you, Lil? Classic, I think I can get him out at 20. I'm almost there. A few steps below. Carmen is got the hardest one. She can't do Battlegrounds yet, but she's going to get Battlegrounds soon. She's tried hard. She's a real trooper. She loves the gameplay. She loves it. This is a fun challenge for her. What do you think is the easiest character to play? Easiest class? Well, they all have their natures. I like Mage. I think Mage and Hunter are good. Because Mage, you got ranged spells like Frostbolt and Firebolt and things like that. Whereas if you're playing a Paladin in retail, and it's you don't got, which is really just a priest with armor. Yeah, it's a priest with armor. So it's kind of like being dual spec. It's like being a warrior and a priest. I can heal, but I can't use magic spells to do anything. You can't even have a wand. Oh, I think I can. I know Carmen wants a wand real bad, and she can use a wand, but she can't afford to get one yet. And the solo shots you don't save. Yeah. I never played Rogue, because it's such a dishonorable class, along with Warlock. I like the fact that Mage has also got Blink. I've only used it a few times, so yeah, I know. The fact that mages can generate their own food and water, but priests can resurrect and heal, which is a great thing. They're all easy to play. Well, Michelle still hasn't rescued Flynn yet from that mean Harvey woman. Yeah, she's still trying to go after her. She's like this mean Harpy's got like 6 or 7 sailors surrounding her, and they will go out there and protect her from any attack that Michelle does as Virgo goddess. And so she's constantly getting kicked in the kiwis over and over again. So since she knows how to jump out of Coltiris and go back to other places and go back to that site later on, I think right now you're in Ironforge. I believe I am in, not in Ironforge, but I'm in the Dwarven area. Yeah, forget which place I'm at, but it's not the normal place there. It's not. It's a little more of a challenge. So, it's easy to play as long as you are aware of what's coming up. It's more fun to play with people together. It's one of the reasons why we said is come join us, and no one really wants to. So that's because you don't do dungeons. So I can't do dungeons until 20. And but you can do battlegrounds, and so we're almost up to 20 for Michelle. She's up to 19. She's almost at 20. Right now, I want to see Carmen hit 20. I mean, in Classic, there's not a lot of dungeons to do, but I think it would be fun to also do battlegrounds too. What is Carmen's goal of channeling through Michelle and Lumi. Originally, she came here as a spiritual advocate to help get Michelle back on her feet. Originally, she was just going to be working quietly with us in the background. But the more and more she got to know me and Michelle, the more and more she wanted to just hang out with us, which we didn't mind. Like, she explained it perfectly herself last night. She says, originally I was just to come here and help Michelle get back on her feet and get her life together, and that was all I was supposed to do. But being with them and working with them and seeing how she has to deal with YouTube every day, I'm getting myself kind of wrapped up in this, and what I see is often is very heartbreaking. Hello again, Glasgow Dave. How are you doing? So, how so? How should Red work harder than Mojo? Carmen herself explained it to you guys last night. If you go watch where the timestamps start, as I put the comment in the timestamp, it explains it all. She explained it in her own words exactly. I don't want to get into that. While we're down to 8 people, I think it's time to get ready to wrap it up and decide what we're going to do for the next few hours. I just want to say to me and Michelle, thank you for watching the show. Even though we feel, in our own honest opinion, that the music really does set the theme. So, yeah, I won't play any music today, just on the show anyway, but just to say is that if you want to listen to the music, there are the videos. In the video section, you can listen to. If we do any dancing, some of those songs are going to be used in the dance. Also, we need to work on the record labels, and putting the lyrics on the back of the record jacket so people can actually sing to the songs. Yeah, definitely. Definitely go back to singing the songs and make it so that this will, on the back of the record, there'll be the music lyrics so you can sing along with the record. We know we're not going to sell a lot of records. The reasons are many, most of which is outside of our control. Number one, the economy still sucks. No one's got disposable income to throw at it. Number two, it's kind of a unique niche item. It's just not going to be something the average John Doe is going to want to buy. And since Kanaki's raising the prices, there's just not, to sell the record at the same price of 36 is going to be very difficult to do. I'd be willing to sell the record at cost, or very close to cost, if I could get people to at least look into even Silver Moon album. So, it's so quiet with no music in here. Yeah. if I could give a thumb down, I'd give a thumb down. But I wouldn't just give it just because it's just, that's not fair. But I'll tell you why. I feel that the show needs the music a little bit. Kind of like a touch of butter. Just a touch. Just a touch. I miss talking to Andrew a lot. Wherever you are, Andrew, I hope you come by soon and give us a visit, because I'd like to see you again.
Oh yeah!
Hopefully, maybe one night you can make it. I don't know what his work schedule is. Maybe you should do a song from Carmen's perspective about what she thinks about Michelle's YouTube channel. I might look into doing that. Yeah. Let me confirm with Carmen about that and see what you would really want to say. And then determine the right kind of genre for music for that. Yes, I miss Andrew. He was a fun guy to talk to when he wasn't too heavy on the sauce, that is. Well, it's time to wrap it up, guys. So for now, well, I'll see you guys later on. Watch the space for at least a video, even if it's just one of the Cumberland Farms. Maybe there'll be a dance one. I don't know yet. Just make sure you remember one thing, guys. You only get 4 notifications on YouTube a day. So, which means that if Michelle did, say, upload 2 songs on YouTube plus this morning show, that means that she can only get 1 more video with notifications. So the question is, which one is it going to be? Dance video or the Cumberland Farms video? That's a good question, though. I don't know how some of the bigger channels get away with all the ones that they do, but Seek and See Tarot is certainly known to do a lot of them. Same with Linus Tech Tips. Yeah. But anyway, so we're going to let you all go. Get out there, do some fun, do something. It's going to clear up a little bit. At least it's not going to rain for much during the daytime. Good point. All right, guys. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye, guys.